Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead, and tonight's topic is grow indoors. And how's everybody doing out there? Oh, I got a lot of sparklings here because I didn't turn my front light on to get extra light to the green screen. All right, let's jump over here to the comments and let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I'm watching numbers go up and down, so I have some trolls coming in, going out, coming in, going out. All right, what's going on over here? Isn't that sticking right here? Come on. Oh, it's acting weird. Alrighty, so first one in is Phelan Clan Wolf, followed by Troop 1351, followed by Crew 1351. Yes, those are the scout troop and venture crew that I was dealing with as a scout master and advisor. All right, we have Geeky Gardens came in, then Aiden Air, and Little Lone Prepper. All right, those are the ones making comments. We got, it looks like we're running, looks like we have three others out there that are just lurking. Lurking, so like it says it across the bottom here, lurking's fine, but please give us a thumbs up and at least say lurking. It's like, where'd it go? There was one here. Did it not come over here? It didn't come through. Over there. I can see it over here on this one, but I can't see the comment over there. Oh well. So I can't share it. It looks like YouTube is still screwing up, allowing comments to go to both sides here, and sometimes it goes to some people, sometimes it doesn't go to anybody. Yeah, but Troop says it was almost dinner time, and they're going to be going into lurking mode. All right, so tonight's topic: growing indoors. If you've been a long-time follower of both my channels, you'll have seen videos I've done on the indoor garden experiment and all the other fun things that I've done trying to grow stuff. The latest and greatest I've got going on right now is I've got a 15-gallon pot with a navel orange tree in it. It's got 9 oranges on it currently, and so I really when I brought it inside, because I up-potted it when I bought it last summer. And it was outside all summer long in amongst the fruit trees and stuff, getting watered. And when the temperature started dropping and we got the first frost warning, brought it inside. I was pretending I was Howie at Food Forest Permaculture with his indoor lemon trees had indoor for I don't know how many years. Anyways, I brought it in and I was fertilizing and stuff out there, did fertilizing inside here. All of a sudden, pop, 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 pop. I had a bunch of oranges to start coming out. It's like, whoa! And so I, trimmed off the excess after they developed a little fruit on it. I clipped off the other so it's not overloading the branches. And yeah, I've got now 9 oranges on the lemon tree indoors, and that's about as much as I dare let it go with in that pot. So that's one of the things on that I'm doing indoors. Now, come next year, I prepper for the ages. Hey, Jill. The next year, I'm going to be taking that 15-gallon pot and up potting to a 25-gallon pot, and I'll bring it in one more winter next winter. And then by then I should have the shop all insulated. I should have the wood burning stove out there hooked up and a gas shop stove out there. So I can either do gas or I can do a little not I can use wood or I can use the gas overhead heater. It'll just blow warm air across the shop. It'll keep it from getting down below. The hope is to keep it from getting below 38 degrees, and that way the orange will do just fine in 38 degrees through the winter time. It'll grow slower. And if it does, then I'll put it in one of the big IBC totes I have that I've cut down into about 120 gallon pot, and then I'll up pot it into that. And then in the summertime, I just roll it out into the sun and roll it back into the shop come wintertime. And Mark's here, and he's crying. He's crying. I think he wants something. All right, so let's go on to the slide over here. Boom. Oh, there we go. And so, and here he comes.
I missed the opening. I'm 9 minutes late.
That's okay.
Good thing I had a mushroom. Good thing I ate a mushroom for dinner.
Hey, that didn't drop this evening. That dropped at 6 o'clock this morning, my time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm still trying to figure out the YouTube bullshit, so whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
I think I dropped it at 6 a.m. on purpose so the guys in the UK get it like middle of the day.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right. I already
love what happened to his face.
I already got like 1,200 views in like 6 hours. I'm like, yeah, it seems to be working a little bit here.
Yeah. All right. So indoor, do you grow anything indoors, Mark?
Well, sure. So
I know you had a pepper plant you overwintered.
Yeah, well, you know what? I decided to leave that because I didn't like the flavor of it. So I kind of just left it out to die and last. It's still outside. It's just a 5 foot tall stalk with dead leaves on it now. I'll pull it out, put something else in the pot. But I start pretty much a lot of my stuff inside. Over winter, we have like rubber trees and stuff we leave on the deck. They all come in. Yeah. My wife has a bunch of plants she got up in Jersey at the beach. When she always stays to the end of the season, and the one hotel she stays at, they let her take whatever she wants of all these tropical, like a roses of Sharon. I forget the name of the genus on that one or species, but she brings them home. We put them inside. These things got flowers on them in her office with like almost no sunlight. We just water them. And they like it. So yeah, they're okay. The name I had the name for a second, it slipped again. But they're just trees, plants, ornamentals, food stuff. Not really. I just start stuff inside. I don't have the space to roll food in and out off my deck up a 6-inch threshold and into the kitchen. So
yeah, my wife in California has. If she were to bring all the plants up here we'd probably have to do. You
have to put another 20 by 30 barn up.
No. We would probably wind up with 2 of the right behind us here. Those 4 foot wide, 18-inch deep, 6 shelf things, but we wouldn't be using 6 shelves on them.
All right.
We'll probably use 2 of those and get one more of the rack we got from Sam's Club that you can put the big black and yellow 27-gallon totes on, and there's really a lot of room around those. And she has all these what's the word? Basically, they're like cactus and other and jade plants and stuff like that. That succulents. That's it, succulents.
I can't remember the name of the old tree I got in my front office, but I know what a succulent is.
Yeah, and so they will not survive the winters up here. But if I, like I was saying before, if I this summer, if I get the shop finished off, all the insulation done on it, the 18 inches of blown-in insulation up in the attic portion of it, and get the wood stove hooked up and the gas-powered, the gas-fed shop heater, ones that set up high and they blow air down everywhere, hot air. Or I can keep it above 38 degrees or above. Those plants will do just fine there because they do fine in that winter temperature in California. Because it gets down to freezing a couple times, but usually it only gets down to about 34, 35, and they do fine out there.
Not really a frost. You can almost put in temporarily on and off, use a regular, like a couple like little or big buddies in there because the CO2 and the CO that comes off, the plants like that.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. Until I get fully insulated and get the walls painted, though, because it produces a lot of moisture.
Right. You don't want that mold again. No.
Yeah. So, and Diana's in here too. So we got CB and Diana came in. And so if we get the shop done, I will probably wind up moving everything I have in my living room. The 3 racks that I start all my seeds on will go out to the shop. And all the heat mats and stuff and everything else. And come the time of the year to start doing the seeds and stuff, then I will probably put one of the one of the Mr. Buddies at it, so it's blowing right at it, so it gets all the heat and everything. I don't have to worry about extra heating the rest of the shop. I can just heat that area itself.
And the carbon monoxide or whatever comes off, the plants will eat that up anyway.
Yeah.
Not all of it. So you still got to put your CO detector in there. They like CO2, not necessarily CO, but they'll still use the CO.
Well,
so
the thing is too, I may wind up getting one of those little, because my wife has a small greenhouse, 6x8 greenhouse.
Right.
She, also fabric one, plastic ones you set up, and if she comes up, and I'll come up here, and I just may put the seed starting stuff in there, and then have it at the door aiming into it. But it has a oxygen sensor on it, so when it gets too little oxygen, too much CO, it shuts off. But with those 2 huge roll-up shop doors that leak air all around them,
put it there.
It comes through, and you'll see, when I've done some cutting of the OSB and stuff, and there's sawdust all over the floor, and the wind starts blowing outside, you can see the dust just start to blow across the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
So the whole air inside gets well ventilated and circulated.
Right. Oh, hibiscus. That's the type of tree it is. It's like a bush tree, shrub, whatever. Yes. And the ones she brings home are not meant for anything above zone 8.
Yeah.
And we're in zone 5A and B. So, but we bring them inside and then we put them on the deck and they love it. Or we put them out by the front. Big pot. I mean, they're in really big pots. They weigh like 80 pounds each with the dirt in the tree, not including whatever water we had. So, but don't know if I can eat the flowers or not. I hope I can eat. I might be able to eat the flowers. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's go over. So grow indoors. Come on, let's work. All right. You can do it for year-round plants. And that's one of the things. One of the things I would like to try to try. I have one of those aero-gardens. I could not get anything to grow in it of the seeds that came with it. And I'm thinking about putting my own seeds in there, like from my Grand Rapids lettuce.
Try it
in there, and if it winds up growing the lettuce, that'll be perfect. It gets up to a certain size, I can pull it out and put another one, or I can pull it out and put it in a small pot so it can get bigger.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the house.
Speaking of lettuce, so I buy one of my local Mennonite stores has the hydroponic lettuce with the little seed ball on it. And I was eating the lettuce off of it and making sandwiches and that. And I left like all the little leaves and a couple larger leaves in the very center. And I dropped the root ball in a glass of water. It's growing. Excellent. And I'm going to let it grow a little more. I'm going to stick that in dirt, even though it was hydroponic. I'm going to stick that in dirt. And if I'm buying the lettuce for my wife that is she likes and it has a root ball on it, oh hell yeah. I'm gonna try to grow them. I mean, if I buy one every 2 weeks and keep putting it in water and pots and that, I'll just have a nonstop supply of lettuce after about 10 or 12 heads.
Yeah.
Sorry, my buddy keeps texting me and I'm like, oh my God, dude, really? I got your message.
I'm on a live stream. Everybody hears you texting me, and I'm going to show them who it is if you don't stop.
No, he doesn't care. He'll hop on. It's not Richard either. It's another friend of mine that used to hop on.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, year-round plants you can do, like the herbs, greens, sprouts, and stuff like that. You can do those year round and grow them indoors year round. Interesting thing about some certain sprouts, you gotta look up the information on them because some of them produce when they get big and green and they start getting big, they start producing oxalates. But when they're just small and only a couple inches tall, they don't have them yet. So they're healthier for you when they're smaller. Once they get to a certain size and they start producing oxalates, just guess what? They help you develop kidney stones, and it's time to go. No. But let's see here. Let's go to the seasonal plants like you do, and like I do a lot. We start the plants indoors months ahead of time. So they're decent. And I've up pot from the little 4-inch pots to the 6-inch pots, and I got a boatload now that my wife picked up of 12-inch pots because they did all the landscaping for the new development across the street and just left all the pots in the dumpster. She went over there and picked them all up. Oh, this is going to save money on their trash haul off, so I'll take those. And so I got a bunch of those, so I can up pot the stuff. I can probably start earlier, but up pot it so that when the last frost is gone, I can take some good, 12-inch tall, 16-inch tall plants out, drop them in the ground, and they're just going to go hog wild.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit trees, yes, I got a citrus tree in the house. If I get any of the come on, brain. If I can get any of my apricot seeds to sprout, I will have do the same thing with that I'm doing with the orange tree, with an apricot tree, and
there you go.
Do it indoors and let it start setting fruit, and then once the last freeze is done, haul it outside and put it outside.
Man, I got a peach. I had a white. I did a bunch of white peaches I freeze dried, and I pulled the stones out, and one of them was already half split. I opened it up and had a little green spot on it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I stuck it in the pot. It grew, and that thing has been in a pot indoors and outdoors for 2 years. The first year it was like really weird looking. It just had these weird leaves just coming off of it. It didn't get very tall, but it was all bunchy and gnarly looking. And then all of a sudden, something must have got to it. And all those leaves came off, and it shot a stalk up about 10 inches. And it had leaves. And I left it outside until about fall. And the leaves started to wither, so I brought it back inside. Well, the stalk is still green, hasn't died, and I keep watering it. It's in one of those little brown pots that you use that I ordered a ton of.
Right.
And it's a slightly larger one. I put it in there, and I just water it, and it's in the front window, so it gets sunlight every day, and it's still green after I brought it in October. And, yep, I'm keeping it alive. As soon as it stays above, 40, 50 degrees, probably 50 outside at night, I'll put it back outside. And that thing will probably take off. Now I have to put it in a bigger pot and get some of that fertilizer you sent me the link on.
Okay.
I get some of that in there. I'd love to see that peach tree just take off because, that one will go in a large pot until I want to take it out to the property and plant it out there, try to get the deer off of it.
Yeah. So, you can do fruit trees indoors.
Not all fruit. I don't think you can do peaches indoors. You can do like lemons and that.
All right, to do peaches, apricots, pears, apples and stuff, they need to have a certain amount of chill hours.
Right.
So what you can do is once you start getting your frost comes in and temperature starts dropping down to the minimum temperature for them, you can go ahead and you leave them out for a month or two. That gives them 60, 90 days of frost time. Bring it back in and get it a jump on the spring. One of the big problems we have here with fruit trees that are outside is the friggin' winds.
Yeah, well.
Because about the time that they're blossoming up and the blossoms are opening up, here comes the winds. And they'll blow for several weeks, and just, strip most of the blossoms off. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I planted the trees outside on the north side of the house, because the wind comes from the south side in the spring. So they're protected. And I had so many friggin' apricots and peaches on those trees I planted. Did I plant those? So I planted those summer of 24. And summer 25, they were just loaded.
Good.
Yeah. So so you can move if you have the trees in pots, you can move them in and out. Now my mom had an orange tree that she kept in a half oak barrel until finally the oak barrel started rotting out, and my brother and I got a 55-gallon plastic drum, cut it in half, picked it up, put it inside of that, and that tree made 4 moves with her. And when she was down in Southern California, staying with my sister, they had a big, sort of like a solarium room, but it wasn't a solarium. It was, it was like a family room, but it had 3 sets of sliding doors on one side and windows on the other side. It was a corner room of the house, so it was getting a lot of sun. Well, they just kept it in there, and it kept doing oranges. When we got it, we put it in the ground, and it went really hog wild. And it was a dwarf citrus, something you can't. Most nurseries say, "Oh, you can't get that. They don't make those." Well, they did, because this thing here, I can stand on a step stool and touch the top of the tree. The other oranges we planted.
Yeah, my mom had a great.
Oh, I might be able to reach up and touch it.
Oh yeah, my mom had a grapefruit bush tree. She started from seed when she was 30, and where I was born in Jersey, and then it was in a pot, and then we moved to Maine up there for 4 years. It pretty much lived inside. Went out on the deck every now and then when it was nice and warm out. Went inside. Moved back to Jersey for 26 years. And she always had these plastic lemons hanging from it. It was cute, but it was a grapefruit tree. Then they moved to Maine. It went to Maine, back to Maine for retirement. And she would put it outside, but after my dad passed away, she didn't get a chance to get it in quick enough, so it died. But that thing was a 40-year-old grapefruit tree. She started from seed, never got a flower on it, ever. But the base stalk where it went into the ground was only about 2.5 inches in diameter. That thing was like iron. Yeah. It was so hard. And we used to make fun of it, but she'd put it out in the veranda and bring it inside. It lived right next to the windows all year long. It was always inside. She loved that thing. Now I look back, I'm like, yeah, I wish I went up there earlier and got it inside for her. But yeah, same plastic pot for 25 years, like this giant, had the grapes on it. And the thing was had had to be a 40-gallon pot. It was massive. You had to use a hand truck to move it around.
My mom also had, when we lived down in Los Angeles, actually, a place called Sun Valley, right across the San Fernando Boulevard from the runway of Burbank Airport, a fig tree.
Ooh.
And
love to get a fig tree. And they work up here. You just got to insulate them for the winter if they're outside.
She would have to, when it started getting too big, she'd, slowly prune it back a little bit and start setting out new buds down below and stuff. And she kept it going for years and years and years. And my wife has a fig growing. Actually, she has 2 figs growing right now. Different type of figs. They're more like a bush coming out, kind of like this. Right. Rather than going up and coming out. It doesn't. It comes out of the ground about 2 inches, and the branches all start going off. So when she comes up here, those will come up here and go into the 100-gallon IBC tote planter boxes I got, and that'll go in and out of the shop in the wintertime. But yeah, so there's a once the shop's done, there's going to be a lot of stuff growing indoors in that. And then once she's up here, she'll pick out a spot where she wants to put in a Wallapini. Then a lot of the stuff will go in the Wallapini, which is still indoors, folks. All right. So greens.
You grow lots of greens indoors.
Oh yeah. Alfalfa sprouts, peas. You can do short peas and just, start, keeping them down small and stuff. And there's some other type of alfalfa sprouts.
You can do. My wife wants to do the sprouts in the jar.
Yeah.
Where you take a quart jar, you put your seeds in there, a little bit of water, and you shake it up, and then let them sit. And then every day you got to rinse them out a little bit, and until they start to sprout more, and then they get to a point you can take them out and just eat them.
Yeah.
And the only thing you got to watch for that is the salmonella. Make sure your water is clean and clear, and there's no extra bacteria that got in there, because bean sprouts can make you really sick. If anybody ever noticed, you really can't buy bean sprouts in the store much anymore. They used to sell them in all the regular grocery stores. They don't sell them anymore because they go bad so quick.
Yeah.
Microgreens. Yeah, broccoli. Bean sprouts, all kinds of stuff have super nutrients, which is really cool.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one I got here? And of course, herbs. And Jujubee on her channel, Juliana has 6 or 7 of the aero-gardens. And then she has big pots in her house and stuff too. And she has stuff growing all over the place. And she has now what started out in small ones, she are in bigger pots, and all her thyme, her rosemary, the sage, and parsley and stuff like that. She grows indoors a lot of too.
Doesn't Lewis grow herb?
Yes. Lewis grows a bunch of different things, including pomegranates indoors. And then he takes it outdoors and he brings them back indoors. And he takes them outdoors and brings them back indoors, with the winter.
I haven't seen him in a bit. Is he still putting videos up? I haven't seen any notifications.
I haven't seen notifications, but he's come on my live streams twice in the last month.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times. He popped in briefly just to say hi. What's his channel? It's the Marshmallow Man. Is that his channel?
Yeah.
Let me look that up quick.
And so, towers is something else you can do. Of course, there's the green stock tower, which is everybody's trying to copy. And the ones made in China are very, I'm going to offend people. They're a very piss poor knockoff of the green stock. They're not as big. They're a lot smaller. You have to take pictures, and the way they do the pictures, it looks like it's big like the green stock. No, they're little bitty, layers. It's like, This summer, my wife may or may not send up one of the sets of green stalks she has up here for me, so I can grow stuff indoors here, keep it growing year round, different little things. Hydroponics is another one that some people do indoors. G Mama Grows. Hers is insane what she has. She has hydroponics, towers, aero-garden. I mean, tons of stuff. And like Pam was saying, yeah, hers is a forest in her room. I think that's the last one I got of that. Oh, aeroponics. And then there's aeroponics as well, which takes a bit more work to do. But it's
aeroponics, those are like the air rooting.
Yes, and you got to have little misters on it that squirts out the moisture and the nutrients, and it has to be on a timer, so it sprays at a certain time. So you got to have it where the mist, if it hits the floor, is not going to cause a problem.
Is that edible? Can you do edibles that way or no?
Okay, when I years and years ago, when Chris and I were married about 2, maybe 3 years, my older brother decided he was going to take us, because we were newlyweds still considered newlyweds, and my mom to Disney World. Mm-hmm. And he planned this trip out for 9 months in advance. He was talking with the concierge out there. And we had reservations in Epcot Center at the one restaurant. And everything that's all vegetables served in the restaurant are grown in their aeroponic garden.
Oh, they have those like it's like glass greenhouses.
And you're watching the plants go around. They get in a certain area, they all get sprayed. You're watching it work, and it goes around. They get sprayed over here, and it's like 200 yards of this thing going around with the plants on it. All the big long things, the roots and the vegetables hanging off of it, and it's just like totally insanely the way it's set up. But
I actually interviewed with a guy briefly in Alaska that takes shipping containers, 20-footers and 40s, and turns them into vertical growing apparatuses, and one 20-foot container when you're growing like greens and stuff like that in there, and it had all kinds of rotating things and the lights and the water and all that. I was actually looking to sell them for him, but shipping them down to the lower 48 was difficult. But one 20-footer, once you get everything going, he was putting out anywhere from 300 to 500 pounds of greens a week.
Yep.
And that included, you have to start new ones, and you're not ripping them all out. You're just trimming stuff, and then they run their course, and then you pull them out and put new ones in. You have them started in the same 20-foot container. It was. I have to find his channel. It was some slick stuff.
Hang on here. I'm gonna look for something because I didn't think about it till just now. Aeroponic tower. Okay, I'm gonna show some pictures, but I'm not forgetting what I'm going after here. So these are aeroponic towers, and it mists from the top down and collects it in the pot down below, and it pumps from the pot back up, and just the water just circulates. And they do some outdoors, they do some indoors. Here's an indoor one, a smaller indoor one. Yeah. And so it's got the pump and everything down there, and it just pumps stuff around and just keeps it going, has grow lights around it. So let me see if I can find what I was looking for. Aeroponic. That's not what I want to do it. Here you go. Potatoes grown aeroponic. They start out with the soil seeds, and the roots go down, and they start growing all the tubers down below. Whoop. Hang on, let me go back. I guess that's on Facebook. Someone's post on Facebook is what that picture was from. But yeah, they got all sorts of them there. And yeah, so you want potatoes? You can, oh yeah, and they do stuff like this too. And yeah, you can grow the stuff indoors. You know, so you know if you're down there in the South, you can grow it indoors, where your AC keeps the house a little bit cooler so they don't die off, or you grow it indoors up north in a basement like Corky and Dustin do at White Family Farm, and they haven't done the potatoes indoors yet, but they've talked about it. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff for it. You got let me see if we change this to bring up the other one. Cucumbers there you go, indoor cucumbers. Look at that. Look at all those cucumbers.
Yep.
And they do a lot of them. And you know that is obviously indoors because you got walls behind it and stuff in the corner over there. Yeah, they can do a lot with the cucumbers indoors and outdoors in the towers. So you have a garage, you can put this out in the garage during the wintertime, and when it gets nice and warm, you can roll that right on outside. Some of these trays and stuff, how many have seen those, the janitors with a big, 65-gallon gray trash can, and it's on a base that has wheels on it? Those bases work great for moving the green stalks and stuff around on. Ask me how I know that one. My wife saw something was on a run in the morning. Someone had put out a bunch of those dollies and stuff. She goes, "Oh, heck yeah." She just picked them up and carried them home. She didn't want them to disappear while she got home, got the car, and went back again. She carried them home, and it worked great. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do indoors with the towers. I mean, these towers are absolutely amazing indoors for it. One of the things, Daniel at Arms Family Homestead about 5 years ago, got some 55-gallon barrels, filled them up with the hydroponic solution, water and stuff, and took the bungs out of it and put two of the those little baskets that have holes all around, like I showed that they started the potatoes in there with cantaloupe. And his cantaloupe was doing great. He filled it up, topped it off, went on vacation for a week and a half, and they had a heat spell in Oklahoma.
Oh, whoops.
Came back and it was just sucking all the air out of the leaves, and it sucked all the water out down to the bottom. The roots were down to the bottom of the 55-gallon barrel. But if you could do that indoors really easy, and you could wind up with a lot of cantaloupes around and stuff. I'm not yet to the stage where I want to try that. Oh, Shady Hill Homestead's in the house. And so is CR.
Oh, no. CR. Bacon dude.
I pickle the good to eat now. And so, yeah, there is a lot of cool stuff you guys can do indoors. Really simple to start with. You don't have to go whole hog. You can give them, all right. Behind us here, the background here, that if you get the one from Sam's Club, it's like $109, 6 shelves, has plastic sheeting goes on the wire racks, and has wheels so you can roll it around. On my indoor garden experiment, that's what I was using. You see me moving them around and stuff to get it into the right position after they're up and stuff. You get one of those, and you just put green trays for doing greens on, and or some the gray bussing bins. You get a couple of those, fill with potting mix. You plant your lettuce in there. Oh, you'll have lettuce in just one of them. You'll get two lettuces going in there, like the Grand Rapids. You'll have plenty of lettuce for 3 people, unending. But yeah, there's a lot of things you just do one shelf there, and you don't have to have all the shelves filled with growing stuff. You can actually lower it down, and the bottom shelf can be your supplies, and the very, very top shelf you got to use step tools to get to can be supplies and stuff too. But you can get stuff growing on there, and it'll be absolutely amazing. I guarantee you'll love it. You can also just use those to put aero-gardens on, and just the shelves are totally adjustable. If you look right up here, you can see the lines on the pole. Those are about 1 inch apart. You can do 1 inch increments or 1 1/4 inch increments for raising the shelves up and down. All right. Yep. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's what else I was going to look for here. Show for you guys. Let's go here. Let's go in here for garden stuff. Into Amazon to one of my many wish lists on gardening. So, gardening, indoor gardens. Make sure. So I got garden fertilizer, garden tools, gardening indoors, garden pests. So, and then I got greenhouse. So let's go garden indoors to see if that's the one that has it. Yeah, we got some stuff here.
If you want to know about eating mushrooms and foraging mushrooms, here, watch this video.
Yeah. I'll bring it up in a minute here.
All mushrooms are edible once.
So these are the soft, flexible pots. Let me go ahead and bring it over here so you get a bigger picture on it. Yeah, these are the soft, flexible ones, like those little red ones I've shown before, and they got a lot of more holes. Come on, do it. Come on, show it, move it around. Dang it. Okay, it's
that's close enough. You see lots of holes in there, yeah.
Yeah, you see lots of holes in it, and it comes with the special tools. I love those tools, and the little right on plastic stakes you can put in there.
Oh, so real quick, that the plant, they should go back to the other one. That plant right there is like one of the #1 plants in oxygen giving off. If you have that, I forget the name of it. Crap, what's the name of that plant? We have 3 of them in the house, but they love carbon dioxide, and they give off so much oxygen and help freshen your air. So that's just that plant. If you can figure out what somebody knows what the name of that plant is. I got 3 in the house. The wife is in bed, so I can't ask.
Yeah. Her. So, but yeah, and so let's go back to here. We'll go ahead and just close that one down. And okay, these are all right. These are the 2-foot 5000K white full spectrum grow lights. So these are 6-pack of 24 inch one.
Thank you, Geeky. Yes, the snake plant. Very good in giving off oxygen. Very good.
And I got a bunch of the different heating pads without the thermal regulators, and you can buy the thermal regulators separately or as a kit. 80. This is 80-watt versions of the one here. Those are yeah. So those ones. All right, here we go. So the 4-inch ones, open that in one. The 6-inch ones, open that in one. And what else I want to show you guys here? Oh, yeah. Got to show you guys this one. And the Spider Farm light one, I got that for my wife. It's 50% off right now, folks. $80 for it, and it's a not sure it was a 2x2 or 4 or 3x3 grow tent. So it's a grow tent with it. Yeah. Oh, I get the timers, so the lights turn on and off automatically. And so yeah. And got green stock in here. Oh, and they got the casters for the green stocks now. And the green stocks for the hoops. So yeah, so we got that stuff. So let's look at these. Yeah, so last time I purchased it was what, 6 years ago?
I bought a case of those like 3 years ago, and I probably only used about 90 of them. I still have stacks of them left.
Yeah. I've reused these every year since I bought them.
Yeah.
Because they're soft. You go to take the stuff, you squeeze it, goes crinkle, 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 and the root ball just pops right out.
Yep. A lot of mine I throw out because they're outside for a month or so before I do anything with them, and they kind of deteriorate because they're so thin. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm not keeping them. Throw them out. I got to recycle them. I have 600 more. I think I bought the 500 case or the 1,000 case. I forget.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like almost 2 3/4 inches across the bottom, 4 inches on the outside on the top, or 3.5 on the inside. But those are called the 4-inch ones. And
yep. Pop out your plants.
It comes with the little stakey, just a stake one, not the big for sale sign size ones. But yeah,
actually, mine came with the little cups that they sit in. The little tiny flat trays that you can put each one individually. I'm like, yeah, I have no use for these because I put them in. I use shoe trays from Lowe's, and I can fit like 26 of those pots in one shoe tray on a shelf with the grow lights in my grow room.
Okay, so this is the same thing. This is the gallon of the same material. I haven't gotten this yet, but I have got. Come on, that's 6-inch. Okay, it's not showing the 6-inch. Dang it! There's a different one, smaller than this, but it's. Hang on, let me go ahead and look at that. And what does it say? All right, this is 6.5 inch. This is a little bit bigger than the red ones I get to say are 6-inch. And I like them. They're pretty good. And then of course you can get your garden trays for your seed starting. And
so like if you use a bus tub, the gray bus tubs, you get a Sam's for whatever. Yeah. You can start your stuff in there, just spread them out, and you just put saran wrap over the top, tuck it in real well. You got your little greenhouse.
Yep.
With grow light, and you keep the water in there, no holes in the bottom, so the moisture pretty much just recycles itself.
Yeah.
And you're good for starting stuff. Then you can take the saran wrap off when it starts to touch it. And you can do that, and then you can just plop out. You just got to gently pull out if you're doing tomatoes or peppers or that. You just pull them out, and you have the little root ball there, sort of, and you just replant it in another pot or replant it in a garden. Let them harden first.
Yeah. So so this said let me go back here. I've got to find what did I do with. Don't tell me they stopped carrying the regular 6-inch ones.
Oh, if everybody's paying attention, those little peat moss discs you buy with the netting on it, they say they're biodegradable. No. 7 years later, I'm still popping them out of my garden when I till. Yeah. If I till. Even when I dig up holes for just a plant, I'm like, really? They're still there. They're biodegradable after like 100 years. It's the plastic they use.
Yeah.
The screen netting. So don't buy the little pucks you add water and they have a little hole in the front. Yeah, sure, they'll grow stuff short term, but the roots can't get out. And they're terrible. They're not as biodegradable as they say they are.
I've bought several things here. Oh, get yourself a planner book too for indoor outdoors, so you can do stuff. Where is and a square seedling one for indoor outdoors? You can do that too. Oh, these things are good for back scratches.
So's my 18-inch pry bar, but anyway.
Yeah. All right, these here. All right, got that there. So let's take a look down here. Oh, I got to get out there and get the tree wrap on the apricot and peach trees tomorrow. It's starting to get warm again, and if we got more freezes coming. They didn't blister this last time, so I got to get out there and get it on there. Huh? Dang it, they don't have it there. All right, let's go back up here quick. Oh, you want to have a soil temperature too, even for stuff indoors. For making sure what the temperature of the soil is, especially if you're using a heating mat. Don't always trust the quote thermometer on those heating mats to keep the temperature right.
How much are those?
$11.
Dude, go to a restaurant Websteron store. Yeah. You could buy a bunch of the little pocket thermometers for chefs and cooks, and they're within a degree or two, and you can calibrate them. Get those; they're cheaper, and you just stick them in the dirt. You're good.
Yeah,
I got like 20 of them laying around.
Yeah, but this has all the markings on it too for plants and stuff.
Well, you just gotta know your temperature. You need somebody. They charge you an extra $3 to put a little red line on there to say, "Here's your temperature." Keep a chart. Save money.
Shoot. Okay, let's go look at these other things here. All right. I was gonna get over there. Right. I was gonna order some of these for the when I start getting when I get some of the apricot trees and when I get the apricot trees and stuff to sprout, because then they can send down their taproot. Then I can just use the post hole digger to dig the hole, slide it out, slide it right down in, put more potting mix around it.
Yeah, not all trees use a taproot. Peach trees have a taproot. Apple trees do not.
Apples don't, but they still go down a little bit before they start spreading out.
Sure. Oh, yeah, they do. But peach trees get a taproot to go straight down. That's why I really want to put peach trees on the property, because my water table is not that low.
Yep.
And they should do great. And I get all the mountain water comes down and runs down, eventually gets to my streams.
On
so
these,
I'm always wet down there.
My wife picked up a bunch from across the street that are about twice the size of these. Instead of being where's this? It's showing this measurement on it here. It's not okay. So these are about 4 3/4 inches square. The ones she got were like 8-inch square.
Jeez.
All right, so 8-inch square ones, so about like that.
And they're like 20 inches tall.
They're about 18 inches tall, 20. And she got like a dozen of them for free.
Free's good.
So I didn't buy these because she got those, but I left it in here just the same.
Yeah, free is my favorite price.
Yeah. These, a lot of people use these on the they'll take like one of those black and yellow 27-gallon little tote things, and in the top they'll drill the hole that these will drop into but not through, and they'll put depending on what they're growing, they'll put just a couple rows, or they'll make a whole bunch in there and fill it up with the water and the hydroponic fertilizer solution and stuff, and plant their stuff in there and indoors, and they get stuff. And when if they want to go and turn it in and plant it into the ground later on, it's going to be tough because you get a seed. You get a root ball.
All your roots go outside the holes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get so much root around it, you're going to lose it. But
you got to take a sharp knife, cut them all off, and see if you can still pop it out without it dying. Yeah.
Yeah. But they got them in 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch sizes. So, but yeah. And so if you have a source of getting really cheap food grade clean, or where it's had something in it like dish soap or vegetable oil or something, 55-gallon or 30-gallon barrels. This is what you get some of these, you drill your holes, you put it in there, you fill it full of your solution, and boom, you got hydroponics. And basically, since the barrel is vertical, you can strap some boards to it and run stuff up higher to make it into a vertical garden all the way. All right. So, and what last one? The last one was, so this is the, so it gives you your different colors and stuff there for, below 40 degrees, do not plant. Certain things are between 40 and 55. Others need to be from 55 up to, it goes up to 100 and it turns red again at 100. So 90. Yeah. So you got your different temperatures there for it to help you make sure that you're not doing. And it's 5.
That one's got a shorter range on it and wider tick marks for lower temperatures. But your basic pocket thermometer that every chef carries around, they go up to 240 degrees. You just have to put a little magic marker dot on it to say, okay, I want to keep my soil this temperature. And those are like $3 a piece. Yeah.
And for outside temperatures, just about everywhere I've read, the soil wants to be 50 degrees or higher before seeds will germinate outside.
Right.
So, but like I say, this is your food ones are probably stainless steel too. But worms, worm sign.
If you want to force the temperature, if you have like raised beds like I do, you want to force the temperature a little earlier.
Yeah.
Just lay a bunch of cardboard, or I'd say black, that weed cloth. Lay it over top of the soil and stake it down. That'll absorb the sunlight and heat the soil up a little quicker.
Yeah.
And you can force your seeds to germinate a little earlier outside if you can once you get the soil temp up. And you just cut big enough slices in it so when you lift the cloth off, it doesn't rip the leaves and arms off your plants.
What works good too is the weed blocker the cheap weed blocker from Sam's Club.
Yep.
Because you can go ahead and wrap, if you have like an IBC tote, you can wrap the tote outside with it, and so the whole tote is heating up from the bottom up.
Right. No, I'm talking if you have like raised beds and even outdoor beds or whatever, you can just lay it over top of it and stake it down real well. The sun hitting it will help warm the soil quicker and get you a little head start. You just got to watch your other soil temps nearby that are not covered. You don't want to uncover it. Plant your stuff, it germinates and uncover it, and then everything dies.
Yeah. All right. So let me go ahead and move that down. And get rid of this now. Where's this other one? Where's the other one? Here we go.
See, CR has to wait for his ice and snow to melt. So CR can plant in like July, and then he has to bring everything inside in August.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let me bring. I got a short. This is my video. YouTube, bite me. Get rid of the notification. Thank you. So this is the containers I use for chitting my seeds, and of course you can see the gardening can back there on the shelves behind it and stuff. But are
those bus tubs or kitty litter pans?
These are kids' toy trays. My daughter she has different size trays for stuff. And
for seeds, gotcha. Okay,
I just took those. I mean, you can pick so I got lettuce seeds up there. So this is less than 18 hours after I planted it in here on paper towels with my sprouting solution I made of a mild fertilizer and Epsom salts and stuff. And yeah, it's 18 hours. The lettuce was sprouting. Now the other stuff took a couple more days. Let me get so like the come on, okay. So this one doesn't have all the seeds I had in the other ones, but the watermelon seeds here took 5 days to sprout. The squash, those 2 squash seeds took about 4 days to sprout. But yeah, so you can get stuff growing really quick using the right stuff indoors. And that tray sat on top of a heating pad that was turned down, on a grow pad heating thing that was turned down, and I'd put it on it only at night. So when I go to bed, I'd put it on it, and in the morning I would take it off of it, and it worked really good. I also wound up figuring out if I put the timer so it does 2 hours on, an hour off, 2 hours on, an hour off. Oh, stuff sprout. Some of those seeds just because I think it's day, night, day, night, day, night, and the seeds freak out and sprout really quick. So, anyways, we're past time here, but so there's that. There's I got 2 indoor garden grow lists. One on Camppatton Family Compound, one on Gray Man Prepping. You can check them out. I actually moved. I put the shelving units together, just the shelves. Do videos on that. I actually took 2 shelving units, put them like this. The width between them was the width of a shelf, and so basically I had a shelf here, a shelf there, and then I put a shelf in between, and a shelf here, and a shelf in between. So basically 2 shelving units became a 4x4 foot shelving unit.
Oh, cool.
That worked okay, a little bit. That I would do if I do that again, it's going to be out in the shop. It was just a little too much here in the house. But it would work good out in the shop once I have the shop all insulated and everything. And with that, I can also take. I took there's some video. I took the Mylar space blankets and taped them using masking tape. Just taped it around it and closed it. Made a little greenhouse. Yes, stuff grew really quick, and I had to take it back off again sooner than I expected. But yeah, you can grow stuff indoors amazingly, folks. A little ingenuity. Now, do you have to have the metal ones like I have? No, you can get the cheaper ones from Walmart, the plastic ones. They're 24 inches by 30 inches, but they don't adjust. You can use those and grow on those as well too. So, yeah, grow food and make sure what you're growing is something you like. All right, so coming up tomorrow is Saturday. So tomorrow morning, my Gray Man Prepping Live in the morning starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. Shadow Scout Swedes.
10 p.m. Really?
Sorry, 10 a.m.
You're welcome.
I'm trying. I could just get it. I could get it right and give it to you in Mountain Time, and then you guys can figure out about So 10
a.m. Eastern. Redoing your book. Yeah.
2 p.m. for Shadow Scout Swede, and then 8 p.m. for Survival Saturday. Survival Saturday talks about insect invasion.
What's Shadow doing tomorrow? He posted. Did he post it? He posted.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I'm getting set up for it. The one tomorrow is, what is the hardest part of prepping for you?
Gotcha.
And we're going to keep people on track. It's, what's the hardest part for you? Not for me, Or you don't say what's for me. You say what's for you, and everybody can tell them with all the problems they have had and the solutions they've worked on to overcome those problems.
I'll do my best to keep everybody on track.
Yeah. The following week, I already know what the following week is. The following week is what 10 preps help you sleep at night. So that's what on for Saturday. Sunday will be 10 a.m. for the going through book 2 of Against the Wind, Running Against the Wind. And Monday night is here on Camppatton Family Compound is canning lamb. Tuesday on Tactical Tuesday, I just had a brain fart. Let me look at the schedule again. Bugging in mistakes or sheltering in place mistakes that people make. And next Friday here's what foods do you need in your pantry? So we're going from growing it to what you need to store in your pantry next Friday. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in, and hopefully I will see you possibly in the morning. You come in and watch a little bit of me editing the novel. We did some major change ups this morning. Yeah. But I showed you how I track today. I had to go to my tracking sheet for people to find out birth dates to make sure what I wrote in the book was correct of the birth dates between Sarah and Walt. They're about a 2.5 year difference between them. And it was in between their birthdays, so I had to make sure I had it right, what ages they were. But I track all 200 and some odd characters in the book on that spreadsheet. So I showed that, and how I also showed how I tracked the things that happen in the one novel to another novel timelines to keep all the timelines straight. So, but anyways, tomorrow should be a lot more smoother, just going through it and getting in some really interesting stuff going on. Memo to self: eat before next Friday. CR memo to CR: eat before you come in on Monday when we're talking about canning lamb and freeze drying lamb and making lamb stew and
and bacon. Don't forget the bacon.
Oh yeah, lamb wrapped in bacon.
Lamb bacon. It's got to be there somewhere. Anyway.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming in, and we will see you hopefully either tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Take care.
Have a good night.
Oh, shoot. Oh.